Here with Connor Curry of the Penn State men's volleyball team. And Connor, big win against George Mason last weekend. How do you continue that momentum?
I think we just continue to work hard in practice. I think we put in good work last week, and that's what led to the good outcome this past weekend. And if we can just carry that through into this weekend, I think we'll be all right.
9 digs for yourself against George Mason. You lead the conference in assists per set as a team. What does that say about how you guys are growing and how the passing is really contributing to a set where you're leading the conference in kills per set as well?
Yeah, well, I think it's just a piece of the puzzle. You gotta have the passing there and the setting and the hitting too. And without one, you're not going to be doing too hot. So I think it's our job to just keep us in system and take care of the ball.
And you guys fly out for Chicago. You face Lewis on Friday, Loyola on Saturday. 2 very good teams, 2 teams that played here just a little bit ago and you competed really hard with. How do you flip that coin and maybe beat them this weekend?
I think we're a couple weeks better, a couple weeks in the gym, and we're making less errors at the end of matches than we were a couple weeks ago. And that's what it came down to, points at the end of the games. So if we can just be solid at the end of games, I think we've got a good shot to come out on top this weekend.
Great, thanks Connor.
Thanks.
Back in head coach Mark Pavlik's office with head coach Mark Pavlik.
Find me in his office, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny how that works out. But back to action here, you guys took down conference foe George Mason this past weekend. How big was that win?
Pretty big win. I think right now the EIVA is set up. The Harvard, Princeton, Mason's got a good young team. You got to protect your home court and try to sneak out a few wins on the road. And this was a big win for us, especially with what Mason threw at us and how well they played. And I thought our guys responded pretty well to win 2 deuce games and then really take control in the third.
So you guys are 2-0 in the conference. You lead the conference in assists per set and kills per set. So when you look at those numbers in conference play, momentum, how does that carry forward from that George Mason game to this upcoming weekend?
Well, I think anytime you're playing well and practicing well, it kind of creates its own momentum. I think what this weekend did for us was it enabled us to see the strides that were being made in the training gym, the sacrifices that the guys were making, the attention to detail that they were paying. It really paid off for us against Mason, and we're going to need that and more against Lewis and Loyola.
And speaking of Lewis and Loyola, 2 teams you faced here at home earlier this season. You go to Chicago, you fly there this weekend. 2 close matches here at home. How do you turn that page and get over that hump and maybe compete and beat these 2 teams?
I think number one, you don't necessarily forget about what happened here, but you kind of have a short memory. You remember the good things. Hopefully, it was the staff's job to work on the things that didn't go so well for us, and I think we addressed some of those things. But you also know that Lewis and Loyola are doing the exact same thing. So both teams want to play the game like we want to play the game. It's a physical game with them. Both venues are going to be pretty loud and obnoxious. It's going to be a great test for us. Where were we 5 weeks ago when we met them here? Now let's see what we've done in the past 5 weeks to see if we can stay on the court with them.
Thanks, Pav. So Lewis Friday, Loyola Saturday on the road in the Chicago area. For GoPSUSports.com, I'm Tyler Feldman.